Hey everyone, I just wanted to give somewhat of a overview of what has happened since my last full vlog, which was probably back in November, when we had thought we were going to the Czech Republic, to be specific, Prague, to do a donor embryo cycle. In mid-November, we had gotten the call that we had the opportunity to adopt a child who was yet to be born. He was due, from what we had thought, the end of January. So basically, we had stopped everything in regards to the IVF in Prague to pursue the adoption of this little boy. So we got ready, we planned, we painted a nursery, we bought a crib, we bought baby stuff galore. And then the end of December, we went back to Canada, to Newfoundland, where I'm from, and this is where the baby was to be born. And things had been progressing well. I had gone to several doctor's appointments with the birth mother, several ultrasound appointments with the birth mother, and we had gone to also a couple of our lawyer's appointments to get things sorted out so that we would be both happy. However, on January 15th, we got the worst Facebook message, yes, Facebook message, from the grandmother of this baby, who had not yet been born, that was telling us that they had changed their mind and were no longer willing to allow us to adopt the baby. I should mention here as well that my husband and I don't live in Canada. As you can see behind me, we live in quite a nice area. But we live in Africa, so coming all the way from Africa to Newfoundland to adopt only to have it upturned was quite a harsh experience. It took quite a toll on me, and it was very emotional, because we had prepared for this child. We had grown to love this child, and all that kind of stuff. So I stayed in Newfoundland until the end of April. It took me that long to come to terms with the fact of what had happened and to just move on with life and try to get back to whatever I call normal. So the end of April, we came back and we decided that we would pursue international adoption. So we had looked into places such as Kenya. We looked into Sudan itself, but Sudan is a Muslim country, so it's pretty much illegal to adopt a baby here. So obviously we can't adopt here. And we had looked into Uganda and ended up going to Uganda to potentially adopt a baby who we had met. His name was Mark. If you're part of my Facebook group, you would have seen all of our posts and all of our photos and all that kind of stuff of meeting him, bonding with him. He even called me Mama. He absolutely adored my husband. It was absolutely adorable. So that had been going fairly well, but it ended up being a scam, pretty much. They had us come so they could get some money, let us bond with a child who we would never have been able to take home with us. So at the moment, there is a police investigation happening about that, and we probably will have to go back to Uganda and attend a trial and all that lovely stuff. So that brings us back to the present. The options of adoption is quite difficult for us because we're not in Canada, and my husband's from the UK, and we're not in the UK. Therefore, Canada and the UK are saying, sorry, we can't help you, you have to do it yourself. And obviously, because Sudan doesn't allow for expatriates to adopt, as I said, there's no adoption agency for us to use here. So we would have to go through a country that has not adopted the Hague Convention in regards to adoption. And those types of countries are few and far between. Also, of course, the adoption process takes a while in these places, and we just don't have the time to spend 3 or 4 months in Uganda right now. So we're putting adoption to the side. When we move again, we may move to a country that allows for residential adoptions. But as of right now, we're not really considering adoption to the fullest. However, we are getting ready to do IVF number 4. If you have a look through my previous vlogs, you'll see that we had done a cycle and that had failed. We've done a cycle that we've had a miscarriage with, and we've also done a cycle that got canceled because of a reaction that I had taken to the anesthetic, and also there was no eggs in any of my follicles, which at that point I had been diagnosed with empty follicle syndrome. So tomorrow I will be making another vlog to let you know what's happening in regards to our IVF cycle. Basically what's happening tomorrow is I'm going in for my endo scratch. I will explain that in the video tomorrow. I'm also starting estrogen priming, and for about 10 or 11 days. Again, I will explain that in another video tomorrow when I do a vlog about what medications I'm taking right now. So basically that's it. I wanted to update you, let you know where we are. We've gone through basically 2 failed adoptions, and we're getting ready for another round of IVF that we have completely changed our protocols for. We've done 2 long protocols previously, and we've done the short protocol. But this protocol that we're doing is an estrogen priming long protocol, and medications have changed. A lot of things have changed, so I will update on that later on as we go along. If you have any questions, please leave them below, or you can join my Facebook group, which I will link to this video, and I will be posting this video on the group as well. So yeah, please feel free to ask any questions, and I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.